Welcome back, 6th grade teachers, to the 2021-2022 science curriculum map. We're going to go over a few changes to the map as well as go over kind of the layout of it for those of us that might be new to 6th grade science or new to the district. So, first thing is on the second slide, you'll be able to see kind of a key. So you'll want to pay attention to this key and what the different highlights mean. The next two you're going to want to pay attention to is the pacing. So we've got it by semester, okay? We've given plenty of time to review at the end, to test, and then there's a little bit of enrichment. As you know, 6th grade science is tested. The other thing we want to point out to you is up here. If you click on this little chat icon, it will take you to a form that we do look at the end of every year to look at feedback. Now, some things we can't change and some things we can. So if you notice anything or if you have any suggestions, please feel free anytime of the year to put your observations in that chat. Okay, so if you look back, we are starting again with weather, then we move into energy, then right around Christmas break, we switch to plants and fungi and produce. Then we switch to animals, and we finish animals right after spring break. Okay, our next table of contents, if you click on each link, it will take you directly to that place in the pacing map, or you can just scroll down as you choose. So, again, I want to point out some things to those that might not have been around for a while. So you might want to go to the Google site to look at the SEPs. Again, SEPs should be taught with the standards. Each section tells what the standards are as well as on the slides themselves. So this is our weather one. Okay, so every page is pretty much set up the same. The required investigation is here. Sometimes it will say teacher choice. A lot of times it will be a required activity such as a kit or the animal binder or something like that. It'll tell you the suggested number of days, key concepts. The other things you want to really focus on is the focus question. What exactly are my kids supposed to be getting out of this lesson? And then again, the learning targets over here. There's also a lot of additional resources, and these may be higher or lower level DOK questions and scenarios for you, but you definitely want to focus on what's required. One thing I do want to point out is we last year made a 6th grade Google site. So I want to open that up for you. Okay, once you get to the Google site, you will see a different standard. So for example, this is our weather, and as you scroll down, it will show you the water cycle, the atmosphere, and every single one of these opens up to another Google site. They have videos, they have graphs, some reading, all sorts of things that go with that standard. And again, there's one for every single standard. Okay, there's also our lab safety contract, some SEPs, and then some end of unit review. Okay, some Quizlets and Gimkits and things like that have been made. And kids can go on these at any time and view them as well. All right, so as we go back to our map, the other thing I want to point out is we kind of made that when we were doing the virtual learning. And with that, for each standard, so again, this goes with that Google site. For each standard, we made a Google Forms link. Okay, so if you go to Google Forms on the weather, you're going to find the Google site here, and then again, there's a quiz already made on fronts and masses, the water cycle, winds and currents, on every single standard. It will force you to make a copy, the reason being that way the results will go to you. So after you make a copy, then it's yours. You can edit it. They are all pre-graded, so once your kids respond, their answers will be graded for you. You might want to change the settings to make sure it collects their name. But again, you can preview it, and if there's anything you don't like, it's your own copy, so you can change anything you don't like about it. Okay? So I'm just going to show you another one. Again, it forces you to make a copy. And again, it's all, this one does include the block. It's all up to you, however you want to tailor it to your needs. All right. The other thing I want to mention is that this was a year ago, added this warm-up template. And we kind of went week by week, and every Monday was a motivational Monday. It had a scientist and asked some questions about that scientist. Every Tuesday was Table and Charts Tuesday and some questions, and the DOK on those varies. Every Wednesday was a Where You At Wednesday. It was just a brain dump of what you've been studying. Thursdays are Think Like a Scientist Thursdays, and I'm going to go over a couple of those in a minute. The first week is on lab safety, so this one's kind of basic. And then Fun Day Friday, just kind of some relationship building with your kids. As they go, those Tables and Charts Tuesdays kind of go along with what you're studying. And the Thursdays go to the claim evidence reasoning, so the water cycle. So again, with these warm-ups, you can make a copy of them, and you can do what you want with them. These are not required to use. This is just kind of some suggestions of, some of them are SEP type questions and graphs and things like that that might be helpful for you as you go through the year if you don't already have some Bell work made up. All right, moving right along. The other thing we've added is some Jamboards, a couple Nearpods, as well as some end-of-year review. Those were some things that were missing. So if you look, it will say Features Jamboards or Jam. And again, it's going to force you to make a copy. And then from there, what I would suggest you do if you're going to use one of the Jamboards is you decide how you're going to use that with your students. You may want to make them each a copy. So this one's going over different weather patterns and things like that, and it will tell the kids what to do and how to add their sticky notes and things like that. So again, we kind of went through and made a couple for things that we noticed were kind of lacking, that we didn't have a lot of resources for. Okay, and then same with the Nearpods, you'll find some of them embedded throughout the map as well. And then the other change we made or added was at the very end of the year, we were noticing there wasn't any review built in. So if you go to the very end of the map, right here, if you go to Past Review Nearpods, and again, you can make a copy of these and make changes as you see fit. Okay. You can, again, add in that chat box any resources you have, but here's some weather station review, energy station review, and just some different Nearpods and things embedded for the end of the review as well. Thanks for watching, and I know it's going to be a great year, and if you have any questions, please let us know.